I think it's important to stand up and be counted, really. I've been arrested when I lived at Green Common. I was arrested then quite a number of times, and then I was also arrested for some other related actions. So really, I have no fear of being arrested. The one thing I remember feeling after my first short prison sentence when I lived at Greenham when I was like 20, 21, was well, it's not where you choose to go, prison, but if you really believe in something and you really want to do something, then it's not going to stop you either, I've been part of Cardigan Extinction Rebellion for a few years now. Yeah, I remember when I saw Extinction Rebellion do their first roadblock in London and thinking, oh great, at last somebody's actually trying to do something. And then I really wanted to join the first rebellion and I couldn't get there because I'd promised, I think I'd promised the first one, I'd go and house sit for somebody. And then there was another one in October and I couldn't do that for some other reason. Then there was like a rebellion in Cardiff, so I thought, oh, I can pop down there for the day. And I bumped into two friends of mine at the train station and we got the train down together. But when we got to Cardiff, it wasn't what I was expecting because we were all ready to blockade the roads and get arrested, and the police had actually blocked the roads off for everyone. There was a big pink boat parked there, but with people locked onto it, but there wasn't really much rebellion going on because I think the police were helping to facilitate the protests because the Welsh government agreed with the demands of Extinction Rebellion. So I thought, well, I've come to sit in the road, so I went and sat in the road, and loads of other people came down and they were coming up to me and going, oh, what's happening then? And I was like, well, I'm not really sure. I took the day off work and could come to sit in the road. And they were like, well, we've come down on our lunchtime to sit in the road. And it was really nice just meeting all these random people who just turned up like me. And that's sort of what made me then join the group, because I thought that's, it's all very well just being a person on your own with beliefs, but actually you joining with other people and helping to organise those things, then it helps to make it all happen. I grew up in a very political family, a Quaker family in a very political city. So, they whatever social justice and all that was in. And then, the peace movement was sort of part of our tradition really as we grew up when we were kids. And in my late teens and early 20s, I was involved in the peace movement. I was involved in CND and youth CND. I was involved in the anti-apartheid movement. I was involved in the trade union movement in Liverpool. I did things like ironically, I was involved through. I lived at Greenham for a while, at Greenham Common. That was probably my first experience of being arrested. and being sent to prison. But yeah, got involved with Women Against Pit Closures, which I find quite ironic now. Was that we were campaigning to stop pit closures during the miners' strike, and now we're campaigning to close them all and not open any new ones. But it wasn't about the pits being closed. It was about the way people were just being smashed to pieces and discarded. And it's the same, like say with Tata Steel now, with the steelworks now. It's not about it's not about the steelworks, because I don't believe the steelworks should stay open. But it's about like having some compassion for the people who make their living through the steelworks and whose livelihoods depend on it. Is like in a Extinction Rebellion future, those people would have like meaningful jobs doing like restoring the environments, restoring the beauty of Port Talbot to a post-industrial landscape. So like coal mining was a terrible job, dangerous and dirty and whatever. So it's good that people don't have to go down the mines anymore. But, the fact that communities were just starved into submission was horrible. I remember going to a trade union meeting. There was an unemployed branch in Liverpool. And I remember some guy standing up and going, once the working class men have got their liberation, then we'll worry about the black people and the women. And like that was the last trade union meeting I went to, because like with friends like that, who needs enemies? But I like it that despite having a reputation as being like a white middle class organisation, Extinction Rebellion does try, I think, from what I've seen, really hard to be accessible to all people and to treat all people with respect. And I think that's and to listen to everybody's truth, and above all to make sure that that it's not just us that we're trying to benefit. It's the world, it's the wider world. It's not even just all people. It's all our relations, and I think that's a really beautiful thing.